Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. Let's talk books. Today I'm here with a dedicated review of a book that if you follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, you already know I've been loving. This book caught me from the very first page, and it's been a long time since a book has grabbed me in the first page. It just has. When you read a lot, it's just one of those things that happens. But without further ado, it is Big Chicas Don't Cry by Annette Chavez Macias. I won a physical arc of this book on TikTok. The author did a giveaway, and I happened to be one of the winners. She shipped the book out to me a few months ahead of release, and this is amazing. So it's a woman's fiction book. You might know this author by a different name. She writes romances under the name Sabrina Soul. I've read a couple of those romances and I've liked them, so I was really excited to see her publish this women's fiction novel. Early on described it as Sex in the City, but if all the four women were Latina women. I think that actually is not doing the book enough justice. In this story, we follow four Mexican American cousins, as they deal with like racism in the workplace, family drama, relationship drama, and their relationships with one another. The four girls grew up together in a large Mexican American family in which there are important traditions. Their great grandmother taught them to take care of one another. And the great grandmother is an important connector throughout the story, and for all four girls. It's what keeps them connected to their Mexican American heritage, and what keeps them connected to each other and to the family. So we get to meet the girls at a really early age, and in the prologue, like in the first chapter. And that's where I was grabbed. The first thing that grabbed me right on page one was the Spanglish. Everyone's Spanglish is always a little bit different. It depends on where in Latin America you come from, and how long you've been in the United States, how you learned English. All these things play a role into the kind of Spanglish that you speak. But the Spanglish that I saw right at the beginning of Big Chicas Don't Cry was a Spanglish that I recognized. It was so recognizable to me. And again, that just hasn't happened in a while. And I've been reading books that include Spanish in them, that include Spanglish, but it was just something about the Spanglish here that I really connected to. There's also a couple of scenes throughout the book of a large family making tamales together. And I haven't had that experience in a while. Like when my aunts and my grandma and all that would get together and make tamales, it was rare, in part because of the mixed like citizenship status of the family. So and also just a large family is hard to gather together in one place. But those scenes just felt so real, so authentic, and they just hit home so much for me. Like it just made me really nostalgic. In addition, because the great grandmother plays such an important role in this story, it really just hit home how much I miss my grandmother. I did know my great grandmother, but she died when I was really young. My grandmother, though, my mom's mom, was really special to me. I had a good relationship with her, and we lost her years ago. And so it was really lovely to see a family in which the matriarch plays such an important role. All right, the four cousins. Follow Mari, Erika, Selena, and Gracie. And they're all so different. But it's really awesome to see, because you get to see how people that come from the same family, essentially, how they develop together, but down different paths. All four are professional women who are at that kind of delicate stage in your career where you're trying to decide what the next step is. And all four are managing that in both good and awful ways. Like some of them are, you just want to say like, oh honey, don't do that, or or yes, stand up for yourself, ask for more, do this, do that. A few of them are dealing with like straight out racism in the workplace, like just no question about it. And it's really interesting to see that, because I feel like there's something in all of these stories for the audience to connect to. The only thing really missing is a queer character. Like none of the four women are queer, and so that's the only thing I felt missing from that story. They all have boy problems in different ways. Like one of them doesn't want a serious relationship. She is in a casual relationship with someone and who wants something more serious, and she's having to manage that. Another one is a potentially a virgin, we believe. Either way, she's never had a serious boyfriend, and she is dealing with that and what a potential new love interest might look like, and how there might or might not be room for that in her. Another one is married, is in a good, stable, fantastic, actually, financial situation, but she doesn't have her own career. She's basically sacrificed her own desires, her own career for that of her husband, and is trying to deal with that at the same time that she deals with having been estranged from her cousins. Like, how do you connect back with people that hurt you? How do you connect back after years of estrangement, but also feeling like you need those people in your life? How do you connect after hurt feelings on both sides? Like, how do you even begin to repair the bridge when there's so much resentment? I loved that story. I also loved Erica, who is a resident soccer player, who is a strong woman, knows what she wants. But relationships aren't easy. They're not easy for her. Yeah, I just really liked all of these women. I ended up falling in love with each of them. I connected to the cultural heritage elements, and the writing here just was so good. So good. I really enjoyed it. This is a 5-star read from me, and so far of all the books I've read in 2022, this is my favorite one. And that was such a huge surprise. Like, I suspected I was gonna like this book just because of the premise, but I didn't realize how much I was actually gonna love it, how much it was gonna touch my heart, and how much I would identify with like each of the four women in this story. I recommended it to one of my good friends who read it and also really enjoyed it. Like, she just has a new baby and hardly has any time to read, and she was talking about how she couldn't put this book down. That's how it worked for me. It was hard for me to put this book down because I was just so deeply invested in each and every character, and I wanted to see how things were going to resolve for them. Just really amazing. I'm posting this video on the day of release, September 1st, but I know some people already got access to it because it was one of those Amazon First Read picks for August, and so a lot of people got the ebook through that program. Even if you didn't have Amazon, you were able to purchase the book for $1.99. I don't think either of those deals are still going on by the time of this video, but follow on social media, because every time there's a sale on books that I love, I post about it, and usually the authors do as well. So keep an eye out for that. But I think this book is actually worthy of paying the price for the physical copy. I know I'm gonna get me another physical copy. And actually, I should point out, I'm like, usually I like to brag when I get a book signed, and Annette Chavez Macias was at an event I went to, and she was not like, she was just an attendee at the event, but I knew she was going to be at the event, and she was nice enough to sign it for me. So this particular copy is kind of special. Anyways, that is it for me. But please let me know if you've already read it, or if you got it on your e-reader as part of the Amazon First programs, or if you're planning on reading it. Please let me know, because I just want to talk about this book with everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.